What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news, some more news concerning David Benavidez. David Benavidez says that everybody knows Canelo isn't the real super middleweight champion. Oof. And this is what he said. Just a reminder to let everybody know who the fuck the real champion is at 168. They want to see me versus Canelo, and that's what we want too. I'm the youngest super middleweight champion of the world, 3-time world champion. Just give me the fight that we all want to see. Who wants to see David Benavidez versus Canelo? That's what you guys want. Let's get it. Those are the words of David Benavidez. And let me counterpunch. Listen, Canelo Alvarez, I don't know what his deal is. You know, I think he says, oh, boxing is my life. But I think Canelo Alvarez lost stripes by not fighting David Benavidez. And in fact, you guys know him claiming that Canelo Alvarez is not, is not the real champion. Think about it this. How did David Benavidez lose his belt if he was undefeated? He lost it outside the ring, right? Well, you know, a lot of people said that same claim. Tyson Fury, Muhammad Ali, others that lost belts, either they were stripped or, you know, or some type of way like that, like David Benavidez was. But we know why he was, because he was taking illegal drugs. Okay, he tested positive for, you know, that cocaine. Right? And that's how he lost it, but he never officially lost it. So, you know, that's a pretty, you know, fair argument that no one ever beat him. He just got stripped. So, you know, technically, if the super, quote unquote, super middleweight champion, Canelo Alvarez, won't fight him, he could always pull that card. Absolutely. Why wouldn't he? You know, pulling that card is like, okay, cool, you know. I think that David Benavidez has a good shot of beating Canelo Alvarez, especially Canelo looking the way he's been looking. You're only good as your last fight. He looked okay, you know what I mean? But he, like the last 4 fights, you know, between Jermell Charlo, Ryder, you know, even Bivol, he hasn't looked the same. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't looked like that dude that we are used to seeing a couple of years ago. Well, damn near 3 now. Okay, back in 2021, like I told you guys, Canelo Alvarez, you know, that was his last hurrah of doing what he normally does. You know what I'm saying? I think, you know, he's peaked. I think he's going downhill. And I don't know, maybe it was arrogance on why he didn't fight David Benavidez before, but now that reason has probably changed, people. The reason now is that he's seeing what he's been doing. You know, the guys like Caleb Plant, which he, you know, stopped Caleb Plant, of course, in 11th, but, you know, he's seeing what this guy is going behind him and doing. And anytime you want to see who's better, or you want to make a claim to fight a particular fighter or challenger, champion, you start fighting the guys that guy's fought, so you can have a comparison of you know, of your wins versus the other guy's wins. That's why Floyd, Money Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao were built. That's why that fight built up so much, because you had guys like Manny fighting Cotto, then Floyd fought Cotto, then they both fought Marquez. You know what I mean? They both fought Ricky Hatton. They both fought Oscar De La Hoya. You know, so that fight started to build because these guys were definitely in there with the same opponents. That's what David Benavidez is doing, and that's how you do it. You start getting behind these guys and fighting the guys either Canelo doesn't want to fight, or fight the guys that Canelo has already beat. And then you can make a comparison, okay, on who did it better. Okay, and as of now, he never fought Demetrius Andrade, but he took out another guy that was undefeated. So that's a plus. You know, too big, too powerful, too strong. And David saying stuff like this, and if Canelo ignores it, then in the process, he still gets older. You know, it may come down to a point where, you know, the WBC will have to do something. unless they want to make Canelo Alvarez some type of franchise champion. Now, that may happen, unfortunately, because I'm not for any of that shit with the shenanigans of Mauricio Suleiman, because, you know, he's capable of doing it because he's done it before. You know what I mean? But it's going to be a point where if Canelo starts and keeps looking shitty, okay, it will be to that point. However, what does that mean for David? I think David shouldn't chase a guy like Canelo. You know what I mean? Ask guys like Gennady Golovkin what happened in their career. His career was fucking shot to shit after that Canelo fight. Why? After he fought Canelo for the first time, he should have just went on about his business. He had all the belts. He should have fought Derevyanchenko, which he ended up fighting anyway. And he could have fought Chris Eubank Jr. He could have fought Peter Quillen. He could have fought Billy Joe Saunders. He could have fought a lot of these guys that were Charlie. He could have had the Jamal Charlo fight. He could have had the Edislandi Lara fight. He could have fought a lot of these guys, and he didn't. You know what I mean? It's something about that Canelo money. It's something about that Mayweather money. It's something about those jackpots that makes you less ambitious as a fighter. You know what I'm saying? So if Canelo doesn't give him an opportunity because of him, whatever reason, right? I think David Benavidez should continue his hunger and go to 175 because he's definitely big enough and a damn sure definitely strong enough, in my opinion, to hang with those boys up there. The only question is, can he take those big boys' punches? But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of David Benavidez calling himself a real champion and not Canelo Alvarez. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.